In this video, we want to show you how to run your previously created application in a web browser. Open Project Wizard and select Web Macro Module. Run the wizard and enter details of your new macro module. Make sure to define directory structure as self-contained and select a valid user package. Click Next and select optional web plugin features. Click Create. The folder of your new project automatically opens in Explorer window. Close it. Search for your just created web macro module. Also add the standalone application macro module to your workspace. We need this to copy existing functionality. Open the internal network of your new module. The network is empty. Open the internal network of your standalone application macro. Copy all modules to the internal network of your new web macro module. We are going to develop a web application, therefore we need special remote rendering modules for the viewer. Add 2 remote rendering modules and ISO camera interaction to your workspace and connect them as seen in the video. We are using the hidden outputs of the View 2D and the SO Examiner viewer. You can show them by pressing the space key. The module SO camera interaction needs to be added between the SO Examiner viewer and the remote rendering module. The View 2D does not need an additional SO camera interaction module. Open the script file of your module. It looks similar to the initial script file of a normal macro module. The only difference is an additional web section at the end of the file. It defines the locations of some JavaScript libraries and the URL to be used for a preview of your website. Open the script file of the tutorial summary module from previous video. Copy the output section to your web macro and define internal name as the output of your remote rendering modules. You can also copy all fields from parameters section to your web macro module script. Reloading your web macro in MeVisLab SDK now shows the same outputs as the original macro module. The only difference is the type of your output. It changed from ML image and inventor scene to ML base from your remote rendering modules. You can emulate the final viewer by adding a remote rendering client module to the outputs of your web macro. Back to your script files, copy the field listeners from commands section of your tutorial summary.script to tutorial summary browser.script. Also copy the Windows section to your web macro module. The box of the Viewing tab needs to be modified because we are now using the remote rendering outputs instead of the View 2D and SO Examiner viewer outputs. Remove the type of both remote rendering modules and also remove the developer URL from the web section of your web macro module. After we reused the scripts, we now need to copy the Python functions from tutorialsummary.py to tutorialsummarybrowser.py. Open the Python file of your web macro. You will see an additional import from MLab Remote, which is required for remote rendering calls. The MLab Remote context is already set up automatically and can be used. Copy the Python functions from tutorialsummary.py to tutorialsummarybrowser.py. They can remain unchanged but require an additional allowed remote call function. This is necessary to explicitly allow remote execution of the function and is disabled by default for security reasons. MeVisLab provides a local web server and you can preview your application in a browser by selecting the module and open scripting, web, start module through web service. The integrated web server starts and your default browser opens the local website showing your application. It provides exactly the same functionalities as your standalone application. Also, the look and feel should not change. Select your web macro tutorial summary browser and right-click to select related files, show definition folder. You can see the folder structure of your web macro and modify the style sheet depending on your needs. If you want to inspect the internal state of the modules and your internal network, open the console of your browser and enter MLab, GUI, Application, Module. Tutorial Summary Browser, Show IDE. MeVisLab opens and you can change your internal network while all modifications are applied on the website on the fly. Changes in the browser and in the MeVisLab IDE are applied vice versa. You can also open the developer tools of your preferred browser and see the images sent to your viewers. They are tiled, only the parts of the images that changed are sent to the client. This increases performance and saves traffic. For further information, please have a look at www.mevislab.de.